Let's call the 1928 Building Committee to order and we'll go to Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Any public comment? Devin, anyone online?
None online.
Okay, minutes. I need a motion to approve the October 29th, 2024 meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion changes? All those in favor say by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I have to abstain. I wasn't. at that
Okay.
meeting.
One abstention.
I don't look like you.
All right, motion carries. Correspondence, any correspondence, Kathy? Kat?
No, right, Kat, we didn't, no correspondence.
Okay. New business, introduce our new contractor, KBE General Contractors. I don't know, Tony and Mark, right? Are here with Nick, are here with us tonight. Should we?
I think they're just gonna basically, I think Tony was gonna introduce everyone, just say what their title is, what their role is going to be on the project. And we just wanted to say, welcome aboard. We've gotten our contract about 99.8% set. So we're all good to go. And so we just wanted them to come in and meet the building committee again. And Tony, leave it to you.
Yeah,
why don't you
come on
come
up to the table.
Yeah.
Russ, you can join.
Well, good evening.
Come on up, Russ. I don't-
We even have a name tag for you.
We'll have to get them a name tag too.
Yeah, or yes, we have a.
So most people we had in
Well,
here.
good evening.
Yeah, really.
I'm Tony Mancini, project executive for the project for KB Building Corporation. With me is Nick Abel, project manager. Nick will act as the project manager, obviously, for the project. And Mark Staples. Mark Staples is the project superintendent. Will be the boots on the ground and on site every day. So look forward to exciting project with you, starting right after the first of the year. Anybody has any questions?
We're excited. Any questions for gentlemen from KB?
That's it.
No.
Easy.
That was easy. Yeah, you're all set, Russ.
That would be your best meeting ever.
Wait, he's good, huh? Okay. F2, I need a motion to approve the attached invoice for Silver and Petroselli.
Motion.
Second, third.
Excellent. Any discussion or questions? Okay, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. F3 to approve the 1928 Building Committee schedule for 2025.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
So we have
Yes.
the schedule. We still have the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. We are thinking that potentially we'll be pretty much always having the second Tuesday of the month to pay bills and things like that, and only as needed the last one of the month. But we'll put them on the schedule and we'll take them off if we don't need the last one. But we anticipate that we definitely have the second Tuesday of the month and just to pay bills and keep things moving along.
Right. Any questions on the schedule? Okay, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. I need a motion to cancel the December 24th meeting.
Motion.
Oh. Second.
Any discussion on this one?
Been nice to keep it.
Right, we can zoom you in.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay. All right, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. To establish a financial subcommittee, and I spoke with a couple of members on this one. Kathy, you want to just go into a little detail on this and then we'll put in the names?
Yeah, I'm going to turn this over to Kat and Russ. They've been working with the high school committee and they've established this financial subcommittee and kind of it's worked really well for that project. And so they're going to Kat is going to explain how it would work for this one.
So the finance subcommittee will review invoices and change orders that come to the committee. We usually do it the week prior to the meeting we're going to approve them at. So this will just mean we typically do it on Zoom, review all the change orders, keep a contingency log and make sure that things are moving and where they're appropriately placed. And then they review and approve in order to go to the full committee. So it's just another set of eyes on everything.
And basically making recommendations on all the things to the larger committee. So it keeps things moving along and also, like Kat said, having another set of eyes on everything. And I think that's important. It's been working out very well for your group, correct? Yeah.
Okay, so I spoke with two committee members, Chris Fagan and Sherry Greco will have volunteered to be on this committee. And they,
And so Kat, what is it usually like 1 week before each meeting? You'll have a financial committee meeting on Zoom. So that would be the time commitment for it. Yeah.
I just have a quick question.
Day and time that works for everybody. And it usually, the high school, we've had some 40-minute long committee meetings, but I don't anticipate it being that long. KB promised there'd be very little change orders on the project, so.
no,
Okay. No, I don't anticipate them being that long. We've had 20-minute meetings. You know, it's basically to review the pay app. The contractors pay app, they'll go over that. And any change orders or anything financial that comes up.
Jean, you had a question?
I'm just curious, so change orders and different decisions will be still made by the full committee?
Yeah, so what this does is the change order process. Well, I really don't anticipate a lot of change orders. There's gonna be some, but how it happens on the high school project. We'll go through, do the change order. We'll meet with the Board of Ed. So we'll go through, run the change order through its process, cost wise, we'll review all that. And then everyone's in agreement with it. We bring it to the financial, we have a decision-making group, which is next on our agenda to review those change orders. And then change orders then go to the finance committee, and then full building committee for final approval of the project.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Gene, it's worked beautifully at the high school.
No,
Yeah,
it sounds good. I just
yeah,
want,
because by the time it gets to the full committee, you know, a lot of eyes on it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
We vet, so before it even goes to the decision-making group, I vet things out. Kat and I have discussed it with the Board of Ed. With the contractor, with the architect, we'll go through the numbers. And it's become, we had a few rocky months when we first took this on way back when, but everyone's bought into the program and it works out. It's very smooth operation.
sounds good.
So it's
Yeah.
good.
We also, for change orders, create a summary page, which I think is important for the committee because it'll have where it came from, what the cost is it coming out of owner's contingency or, you know, the construction contingency, where's the money going and how is it justified? So that's important for the committee to know as well.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Uh,
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I need a motion for the decision-making group.
So moved. Second.
Uh, I'll just say I spoke with Jack Kemper, and Jack Kemper will be on this subcommittee. And Kat, you can take it from there on what this committee will do.
So Russ kind of alluded to it already. The decision-making group has a threshold of $50,000. So if a change order, for example, comes and it's under that threshold, the decision-making group will review and approve it so that the work can continue and we're not holding things up. Anything over that threshold has to come to the full committee for approval, but the decision-making group and the finance subcommittee will have eyes on it as well and make recommendations. This, you know, an example of how this is valuable is if there's a contractor there putting in, we'll say, data drops for our Wi-Fi or something like that, and we need 4 more in each room. Instead of waiting for the next month committee meeting to happen and get approved, the decision-making group, if it's under their threshold, can approve it and work can continue while people are still there. So it gets the project moving and keep things on track. Did I miss anything?
Hit it right on that.
I don't think so.
And then one of the things that it is good to note, though, that even though the decision-making group approved it and the work is done, the building committee still sees it. So it still comes to the building committee. And again, my understanding, it's worked very well at the high school. But if for some reason this building committee doesn't like this process, it's not like we have to do it. I think it's, again, we're just trying to model it off of what has worked well, and it does seem to make some sense. But again, if for whatever reason it doesn't work for this group, we don't have to do it. But I think it's important to note that they're making it to move the process along. And second, that this building committee is tracking it and they're looking at it and actually approving it again, really, right? Yeah. Final approval,
Be incorporated in
right?
an example. Got data drop. If we need more data drops and the contractor's working on the first floor, we need to do data drops. We don't approve it for $10,000. And we tell them to stop, well now wait before the next month's committee approval. Now we're telling them to wait, they can't continue to work. They gotta either find something else to do, or we're gonna sit and argue about how much time they're on stop time, or they're on downtime, waiting for direction to go.
So so you get notified, like, I mean, how often does the decision-making committee meet?
It's basically on the fly, so
That's
if
what I
need
was wondering.
something, if we need to get something moving, we'll set it all up, I'll type it up, summarize everything with the costs and everything from through the RFI. All
Mhm.
the way through my cover sheet on the change order. We'll send it out to the decision making group. They'll go through any questions, will come up, we'll vet it out. Then then we can tell the contractor to continue to work.
And right, Russ and Kat, the intent obviously is to have the building committee approve these change orders. So this decision-making group is really there when there's something that has to be done and it's going to cost the town more money or something along those lines, and it has to move the process to wait, because it's not the intent to have the decision-making group make all the decisions. It's something just that it's almost, I wouldn't call it an emergency, but it's a situation where waiting for another month really doesn't benefit us at
Yeah.
all.
It costs us more money to wait. And that's why we have this threshold of $50,000
Mhm.
so that things can keep moving. On a project of this size and high school size, there really isn't an issue at all.
Yeah.
As far as delays on getting decisions to be made to incorporate new work into the project. And typically, these change orders will take months. An RFI will come in, as the work is progressing, they'll submit something and, hey, give me direction on this right here. Other work is still taking place. And it'll continue to work through the scenes in the background until we get to that point where the decision has to get made.
Yeah.
It just says, because how it's gonna work is we're gonna have something come up, it'll be ready to go, but it's gonna be a week after this building committee meets. So it'll be waiting another 4 weeks before we.
Well, especially if we're only gonna meet once a month.
Exactly.
I mean, the building committees often meet every couple of weeks, so this is a change for that. Okay.
Well, I think we're scheduled to meet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're scheduled to meet.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're scheduled.
Time, but even still, I can bet
No,
you
no.
a dollar, every change order is gonna come in the day after, it'll be.
Yeah.
the day
Oh,
after.
any change.
Yeah.
orders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to
no,
avoid that.
Right,
sounds good.
right.
The question, I'm happy I decided to be on the decision committee.
Mhm.
So that was my first decision, so. Is the 50,000 the same number that's at the high school?
So,
Does the scale of this project being quite a bit smaller, maybe a lower threshold?
I was curious about
you
that
could do
too.
that, whatever you feel comfortable with.
I think,
I agree
I
with
might,
you.
yeah, because $50,000 is a big change on this size job.
Yeah.
So I might say half of that or something like that, 25 or 30,000 or something.
Yeah.
The number is irrelevant.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We had to put a number down so that we weren't, hey, we put in the bleachers for $1.3 million.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why we have that.
maybe
I
if
have
I
to
could
change
suggest
that.
that you do it, maybe the half of that, and then
Yeah.
if for some reason that bogs down the process.
Yeah,
the
yeah, then we
Number's
can-
not
we
high
can
enough,
use-
Jackie will be on it, then we
Yeah.
bump it back
Yeah,
up.
can we,
The high school project did start at 25, and we found that
Yeah.
we needed to increase that threshold to 50, so.
Oh, well, hopefully the smaller scale of this will,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Just one other question on, so if we use the new threshold of 25,000 and we got to turn fast on it. Let's just say it was $26,000. Can we call us, instead of waiting for the next full meeting, can we call for a special meeting of this group and then notice it and do what you have to do
Yep.
in a short
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
turn?
Yep, we can.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so then how should we do this? Should we just amend the motion or
Did somebody make the motion?
yes?
Okay.
I think if we just make it for $25,000.
Okay, so, all right. So I'll just go on saying we're just gonna change that from 50 to 25,000. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
And Jack is the member.
yeah, and Jack is the member. Any more discussion on this and the amount or anything pertaining to this? Okay. All right, let's vote. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. To review the project timeline, is Chris gonna,
Chris is gonna
Gonna
talk
jump
about
on
that.
that.
Yeah.
As Kathy mentioned, we're wrapping up the contract between the town and KBE. So once that is finalized, it starts their clock of 30 days to begin the project. So in our discussions collectively, we anticipate January, the project actually starting in terms of personnel on site, mobilization, abatement, demolition, being some of the first steps, setting up the temporary perimeter fence and securing the site. In terms of overall project, 365 days was their timeline, so we're expecting substantial completion, a year from January, so towards the end of 2025 or early 2026 to achieve substantial completion on the project. We will be receiving a more specific schedule from the construction crew and construction team, particularly after they sort out their subcontracts and begin the submittal process, which should hopefully start right after contracts are signed, that they'll start that paperwork in terms of submittals, lining up their subcontractors, executing those contracts. And then submittals, particularly for long lead items, should start rolling in within a couple weeks of the first month.
any questions for Chris? Okay, thank you, Chris. Other business? We have anything else?
No.
I'll open it up. You guys on the back wall there, do you have any questions? Nothing?
Well, we could tell because the teacher that you were fully involved.
Right. Okay, you sure? Are you gonna be here for our next meeting? We got the new schedule.
No.
Okay. I just need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.